Welcome back.
We're going to talk about sales today.
One of
my favorite
things.
I mean, if you don't like a sale, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, who doesn't like saving money?
Well, yeah. When was the last time you bought something full price?
I really try not to. I think that honestly, it's like household essentials that I cannot
That you need to
live
right now.
without. Yeah. And I often will wait until it's like, I really can't wait anymore. You know, like I will wait until like the paper towels on Amazon go on sale.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I'm literally in my last square,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? You
Right.
know?
Do you ever
So-
buy clothes full price?
I refuse to buy clothes full price. I will not do it.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many sales now, which is the point of this conversation today.
Yeah.
There's more than just the holiday sales. I feel like every month there's something. So I won't do it. I will wait. Clothes, I really will wait. I just won't do it. No. Speaking of extra sales,
Yeah.
that is what I would consider these March sales.
Yeah.
I would consider them an additive.
We just were talking about this where it seems like March has become, or spring, but mostly March. It's the end of March has become a huge moment for retailers to have sales just in the past couple of years. It started as a trickle.
Yes.
And now it's full blown, like every retailer at the end of March, because it's not associated with a holiday.
No.
Like a lot of the sales are. It's not a President's Day. It's not a Memorial Day. It's not a Labor Day. It is a almost manufactured by retailers sale moment.
Which is my favorite type, not to be the biggest nerd on the planet, but
Right.
you know I love this stuff.
Yeah.
I think a manufactured sale is the most interesting type because you have to have so much momentum as one retailer to lead the charge, to have all these other retailers be like, oh no, if we don't do this too, we're missing out on internet activity. Because that's essentially what it is. Like if you have, I think Amazon's big spring sale was like the, driver here.
Right.
I would say.
For March, yeah.
For March.
Yeah.
I think that they started the sale. Honestly, people were like, what is this? Like, should I even shop this? Is this even, necessary? But then once you start to have a sale at a huge retailer like that, all these other retailers, the Targets, the Best Buys, the Wayfairs, whatever, they're all like, okay, well, people are going to click on this. They're going to search for this. They're going to maybe just start adding things into their cart because they see things are on sale. And so then internet activity in general goes up. And if they're not on the page when someone Googles, March sale or, spring sale, they're missing out on clicks.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why we start to see the trickle become like a rush.
Right.
And I also think March is an interesting time because you have President's Day in February and then the next big sale is Memorial Day in May.
Right.
And at that point, there's two, I think, reasons why they picked March. From the shopper point of view, that's a pretty long time for there not to be a major sale for people to save on quite literally anything on their wish list. But then from the retailer side, I think that President's Day, I wouldn't say that it's like the biggest of the 3-day holiday weekend sales.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it's the one that people don't shop the most. They're still recovering from the holidays. I feel like a lot of people kind of forget that President's Day even exists. So it's kind of an afterthought.
Yeah.
I think it's becoming more prevalent now because people are so desperate to save money.
A lot for mattresses.
Yes, for sure.
A lot of those like 3-day weekend sales are like cars and mattresses are the things that like
appliances.
And appliances. Because I think I don't actually know. I mean, President's Day is right before daylight saving time.
Yeah.
A lot of people are maybe thinking about their sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a connection. I don't know what the car connection is.
Yeah.
But those are primarily the retailers that have been driving
For sure.
those sale moments.
Absolutely.
And then like you get smaller places that will like, because clothing places that will like promote a 20%
Exactly.
kind of sale over our President's Day weekend.
I think from the retailer end too, they have to move stuff off their shelves. And I think that because people weren't shopping these President's Day sales, as much as they maybe would like a Memorial Day sale, I think retailers, because really President's Day is a clearance moment. They're like, we need to get all this winter stuff out to start putting spring stuff here. And if they're not successful at that as much as they would like to be in February, they have to wait until May. No,
Right,
they can't.
right.
So they have to have something a couple weeks later where you give people a little time to recover if they did shop President's Day, or just to realize that, hey, I need something. And then you put that March sale there, and it's, I feel like, almost a catch up, almost like, okay, well, we're catching up in terms of how much stuff we need to get rid of. We're going to discount things maybe even more than we did on President's Day, because now it's like, this is our last chance to get rid of the snowblower. Like, I think things like that from the retailer end went into their thought process to put the sales in March.
Yeah. So with all of that in mind, what would you recommend, being our sales and shopping expert, what would you recommend people actually buy during these spring sales? The Amazon Big Spring Sale, Walmart has one going on, Target has one going on, Wayfair has one going on.
Yeah.
What would you recommend?
Happened in the past, they will this year. I'm sure of it.
Even if it's not like a marketed sale.
Oh, yeah.
Likely all of these places will be putting a good amount of stock in a clearance or a sale page. What would you recommend people actually like shop during this time?
Okay, let's actually start with what they wouldn't shop.
Okay,
because I think that like helps.
I love it.
I think that helps.
Process of elimination or
Process
whatever.
of elimination. I would not shop any of the things that you would want to shop on a President's Day and Memorial Day. I would not shop mattresses, bedding, appliances. I think those big ticket items, furniture also, really save those for those like marquee moments during a 3-day holiday weekend. Because not only do I know that you'll get lower prices, but also a retailer is much more willing during like a moment like that to give you a bundle deal, like buy 2 appliances, get $1,000 off, or do free delivery, free haul away of your old mattress. So like you get the perks a little bit more too, which, makes the deal go further in my opinion.
Right.
What I would shop for is anything winter related, be it fashion, outdoor supplies, if you need snowblowers, shovels, like any of that maybe you used this year that you just need a new version of, or it's still sometimes a little chilly in March that you might like even use a little bit, this year.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff will be, I would say, the lowest prices of the whole sale.
It's so hard because your brain is so over winter during that time.
Yeah.
That you're like, I don't want to even dedicate 1 cent to thinking about winter.
What you could need next year.
You're like, I want to think about summer. I want to manifest it. I want to manifest spring. I want to manifest new beginnings.
Yeah.
Like out of this cold, shedding my winter coat.
Yeah.
But that's what you should buy.
It really is. You should not buy what is seasonal. Like you should not buy shorts and tank tops and sandals.
Yeah.
Because really any of that stuff goes on sale after the season.
Yeah.
Which is annoying because it's not when you need it.
Right.
But if you're really trying to like think strategically about spending, about budgeting, that's really the key time to do it. So like you would buy all the winter stuff after the snow. You'd buy all the summer stuff after the beach season. So yes, you might need a new pair of flip-flops come March. You might be going on a vacation in April and like, what are you going to do? You need it. That to me is more of a reason to be like, okay, you have to be really careful, comparison shop, see who has the lowest prices. Then I get it. You need the flip-flops. Like, what are you going to do?
Right.
But if you can avoid it, I would wait until we even get to Memorial Day, because once we get to Memorial Day, it's spring. People want to get rid of like the cute little sweaters and like the light things, like, the pants, and they want to, really get rid of all of that to make summer stock the moment. Mm-hmm. So if you can wait a little bit on the warm weather fashion, I would. I really think that it is beneficial. I also think that in these spring sales, sometimes they will discount, especially like a Lowe's, a Home Depot, gardening stuff. Normally, I would say don't buy that until the season is over, but because a lot of these places are calling them spring sales, they will discount spring things. Yeah. And while I wouldn't go for the fashion, I think outdoor supplies is fine.
Yeah.
How much can you actually discount soil in the long run? I feel like it's not going to make the biggest difference if you wait on that gardening stuff versus, you buy it in March. Mm-hmm. So I think that would be my strategy. That would be what I would say, like to not buy and what to buy.
Yeah, that's really helpful. I think a lot of these manufactured sales moments, I'm really trying to not spend too much this year or like be more conscious about my spending.
Yeah.
I feel like these manufactured sale moments, specifically like the Amazon ones, I use them a lot to stock up on basics and essentials.
Yeah, listen, if you need dishwasher pods and toilet paper and they're 20% off, why wouldn't you buy it?
Yeah.
Like those are the
Which we normally wouldn't recommend 20% off sale.
But
when it's basics and essentials and stuff that you're going to buy anyways,
right,
that 20% off does make a difference.
Yeah, because if you are going to need your laundry detergent no matter what,
right,
I'd rather save $5 on it than not.
Yes.
And I think in that moment, you know, for your household, your pantry essentials, 5% even, I'm like, amazing.
Yes.
I love to not spend,
yes,
you know, anything less I can spend on like toothpaste, I'm thrilled. I feel like that's a win.
Right.
But like if you're seeing boots for 15% off, I'd rethink that.
Yeah. And one of the things that we do whenever we cover any of these sales, and we obviously recommend that people do this to become smart shoppers too, is check the lowest price, but then also check the base price, because ahead of some of these sales events, and it's not for every product, not for every brand, not for every retailer, occasionally you'll get a manufactured base price increase. So then you could look like you're getting a 5%, a 10%, a 20% discount, but really it's just going down to like what the normal base price would be. So we always check that to make sure that
we do a lot of
we are
tracking,
actually getting a good deal and not getting
inflation,
scammed, whatever.
I do think this year we might see more retailers not doing that. I think that people are becoming very smart shoppers.
Great.
And I know it makes me very happy. Yeah. And I also think that they're being much more conscious about how much they're spending, why they're spending, and when, because there's a lot of, you know, economic and financial instability. And so they're taking every opportunity they can to make sure the value of a sale is there if they're really going to be spending their limited budget on it. And I think retailers are really starting to pick up on that. Like Amazon has now launched a lot of AI tools within Amazon that track prices, which you used to have to go to an external browser to do. Now they're trying to show you, like, we're going to be transparent with you about this, because I think a lot of people are starting to do it anyway. And so I feel like some retailers, Amazon just on the top of my mind because I was reading about it recently, but I'm sure there's others that are starting to do that, because people are really being much more intentional than they ever have been in this economic environment. And I feel like retailers, they want people to spend money with them. They want people to buy with them. And so in order to do that, they have to, you know, stop cutting corners sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think we might be surprised. I think we usually say like President's Day sales, not the best.
Right.
Big spring sales, not the best. I don't know. This year we might be surprised by how, you know, by the quality, because people are being so smart about their shopping.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for.
Great.
I know. I'm into it.
Final thoughts on spring sales?
I would say shop them with a list.
As always. I feel like that's always your recommendation. Yeah.
Please do not start throwing things into your cart. You're going to regret it. I always regret it when I do that.
Yeah.
So go in with a list, go in with an intention, and know that if, let's say you want an air fryer and the air fryer deals are not great, because like I said, I don't think there's going to be great appliance deals during these spring sales. Don't make a compromise, because we do have Memorial Day coming up. There will be other sales this summer. And if you can just live with your current air fryer for a couple more weeks, it will pay off.
Yeah.
So I would say be intentional, set a budget, make a list, and just
be patient.
Patience.
Yeah.
I know it's tough, but a little patience goes a long way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, heard it here first.
Happy shopping.
Happy shopping.
Bye. Bye.